Now, WUSA 9 Game On Sports, brought to you by Xfinity.
It may be Valentine's Day, but there was no love lost between 20th ranked Virginia Commonwealth and George Washington. Welcome to the Xfinity Center in College Park, and it's not Thursday, but here at Maryland it's all about the throwback. The Maryland baseball team has worked with the Versus Cancer Foundation each year since the organization began in 2012.
Terrapin Timeout, Stephen Pimpo is here with the latest on the Terps on the hardwood. Stephen?
That's right, Valerie. There may be snow on the ground, but tomorrow we'll see corn stalks popping up in College Park as the Cornhuskers of Nebraska come in to take on the Terrapins. VCU pulling away late, Jaquan Lewis with a tough lay-in, and then watch the Rams defense on the other end. Wait for it. Boom! Jordan Burgess with the block. GW falls 79-66.
Last night, the Kansas City Royals faced off against the San Francisco Giants to try and tie things up in the World Series.
The Terrapins, ranked 19th in the country, take on the Indiana Hoosiers, as you can see are right behind me.
Omar Infante. Going, gone. Royals win 7-2 and even the series with the Game 3 set for Friday.
Been a tough stretch for GW. They've lost 3 of their last 4 and looking to right the ship today. Since 1999, the youth of the world have been coming out here to the Junior Tennis Champions Center to learn, train, and study, and bust their, from dusk till dawn. Guard Des Wells looks like he's back to 100% after games of 18 and 22 points earned him the Co-Big Ten Player of the Week. Well, Dave, big-time players make big-time plays in the Big Ten, and that's exactly what the Maryland Terrapins have been doing on the court this season, and missing even one practice to be the difference between first and second. Title defense or no, it's still business as usual out here for the Maryland women's lacrosse team. FCA was brought to Maryland by former Terps quarterback Sam Hollenbach 7 years ago, and continues to teach student athletes there's more to succeeding in life than winning a few trophies. It's good to be the champs. For the second time in head coach Kathy Reese's career, the University of Maryland women's lacrosse team enters the season as the reigning national champion.
No, let's not bring that up.
All jokes aside, Reese knows handling success. As a player, she won 4 championships in a row for the Terps.
We anticipate that we're going to have a target on our back and people are going to give us their best game, as they always have.
Title defense or no, it's still business as usual out here for the Maryland women's lacrosse team, whose only focus this season is living up to their own potential.
We need to live in the moment. We need to enjoy what we're doing, and nothing that happened last year matters.
I think it kind of fuels our fire. I think we like to act under pressure.
And while it is a new season, the Terps are a veteran team.
Our senior class, they've won 3 ACC championships. They've won a national championship.
We're looking as coaches for leadership from everyone in that class.
I think we have more confidence going into this year than I think we ever have. So I think everyone's just pretty excited for this year to unravel.
After all, they've got the hardware to back it up. In College Park, I'm Stephen Pimpo. On Saturday, the Terps notched their second win over Georgia Tech in College Park. But it was off the field where they achieved their greater victory. The Maryland baseball team partnered with the Versus Cancer Foundation in an effort to raise money to help end childhood cancer. After the game, various players had their heads shaved in support of the foundation and the children they are trying to save. Pitcher Brady Kirkpatrick sees it as the least his team can do.
It really shows how much we care and how much we recognize that these kids need the help and what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. You can't walk around and be seen with a shaved head and not get recognized.
The Maryland baseball team has worked with the Versus Cancer Foundation each year since the organization began in 2012. The Terps were one of 20 NCAA teams to participate in the event this year. The team raised over $20,000 in support of the organization. Kirkpatrick raised over $2,000 himself, second only to the more than $3,000 raised by the team's director of operations, Matt Swope, who has been personally affected by cancer.
My sister passed away of cancer in 2008, so for me, I've done a lot with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I've done a lot with LLS, whether it's Cancer Walks or Man of the Year campaign. I really just want to get everybody involved, because if we're raising awareness as one, as together, the more it goes viral, the more powerful it's going to be.
In College Park, I'm Stephen Pimpo. Competition in college football is no secret. Grueling practices and close games are what endear fans to the sport. The battle for the nation's top high school recruits is no different. For Maryland, like many schools, the recruiting trail starts at home. Over 40% of the 2014 Maryland roster consists of in-state players.
It shows that you can stay home and still do well and still have a good college career. So, I mean, it helps a lot of recruiting, I would say. Keep kids to stay home.
Diggs is one of those local products and is the Terps' consensus best player, nominated for multiple individual awards. Linebacker Yannick Cujo-Virgil, who was nominated for the Butkus Award, is another Maryland native.
Especially with like Cujo and Sal and those guys, Stefan, like they're big names and they're playing really well at the moment. So I'm sure that helps, and obviously with the move to the Big Ten, that stuff helps as well. So I guess the more publicity you get, the more recruiting you get as well, I guess.
Maryland's in-state recruiting numbers the past few seasons are comparable with fellow Big Ten school Michigan. But while the Wolverines brought in recruiting classes ranking in ESPN's top 10 and top 20, the Terps have been ranked in the bottom 50. For head coach Randy Edsall, where a player is from does not matter as long as they can help the team.
It shows that their hard work and their previous production has given them the opportunity for that recognition, but now they got to continue to work hard and they got to continue to produce if they want to achieve those honors. But what we always talk about is, with our team success, you'll get individual honors, and that's what's more important for our guys if you ask them.
And with that success will come more Maryland talent looking to stay and play at home. In College Park, I'm Stephen Pimpo. In college sports, teams are always on the lookout for programs with a history of producing high-level talent. For college gymnastics, Docksider's Gym in Millersville, Maryland, is one such factory.
Since '92, probably have set no more than 5 athletes that graduated from here, out of here, without a scholarship.
Ouellette was both a gymnast and coach at the collegiate level. That kind of NCAA pedigree helped him make Docksiders what it is today.
Docksiders Gymnastics is a highly competitive training team program that provides gymnastics for both the recreational athlete as well as the competitive athlete.
For those serious gymnasts, the training process starts early. Real early.
I start looking at 18 months. If they stay in our program, we weed them out. 3 years old, 4 years old. We just take everybody that we feel has a lot of strength, flexibility.
That level of scrutiny is one of the reasons Docksiders has sent gymnasts to such schools as Penn State, Brown, and Auburn. These gymnasts practice for up to 6 days a week for as many as 4 hours each day. And missing even one practice could be the difference between first and second. It's that kind of dedication that earned Docksiders alum Alex Zoyce a spot on the gymnastics team at George Washington University.
I'm really excited that I got the opportunity to work with Bob, and because it was one of my dreams. I really wanted to do it in college, and he helped me get there, so it was awesome.
Zoyce is the 72nd scholarship gymnast produced by Docksiders in the Ouellette era. But don't let numbers fool you. Becoming a college gymnast still requires intense levels of passion and commitment.
You have to be really sharp on your skills, and it's like being the best pianist out there in the world. If you don't practice every day, you make mistakes.
This is literally my second home because I was here almost every day since I was 5 years old.
So if you ever pay this Maryland gym a visit, chances are you're looking at the future of NCAA gymnastics. In Millersville, I'm Stephen Pimpo.